You know who I am?
Anything you say. Anything you say.
It's official.
What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. Now, this week, or this past coming week, all I really saw was a lot of people coming down on Target, trying to, help the alphabet community go after kids. And it's not really the entire alphabet community. Let's be honest here. Like, I don't have a problem with someone being gay. If you want to be gay, go do your thing. Just know you can't be a Christian. You can't enter in a religion because all the texts say you cannot be a part of that religion if you are gay. It is considered a sin and an abomination. That's just, like I said, I don't care if you're gay. I'm not religious. I'm just telling you what the religious texts say. But, regardless of all that, once you turn 18, you're an adult. You can do what the fuck you want as long as you're not infringing on other people's rights. I don't fucking care. Don't be pushing propaganda and crap, trying to force others to conform to, a type of fantasy idea, with the whole identity politics and shit. The trans community is completely different. Okay? Like I said, you can be gay, bi, whatever, lesbian, whatever. It don't bother me. But the whole thing with the pronouns, and I want to identify as a dinosaur, therefore you have to accept me as a dinosaur. It's bullshit. Stop encouraging mental illness. That's mental illness crap. Far leftist ideology. It's TikTok, Gen Z bullshit. Stop it. Get some help. But these trans activists, try to push this. I'm not going to say the word, but you know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the P word. They're literally targeting kids is what they're doing. And then they get pissed when parents don't agree with their bullshit. And there's Democrats who are all about the P community, and they're trying to protect these people for whatever sicko fucking reason. Democrats are not there for you. I'm telling you right now. That party is an evil party. I hate politics. If you watch my channel, you know I hate politics. I don't believe there should be parties at all, Republican or Democrat, because there's some Republicans that are just fucking retarded too. But anyways, the Democrat Party is fucking flat out evil. So anyway, and the group that is pushing this crap in the Target stores, okay, they've literally identified themselves as Satanists. They came out and said that they are a satanic company. So, they're literally targeting your kids. It's got to stop. You've gone too far. You know, we gave you a little bit and you want to take the whole enchilada. You know, and you're not going to get it. When you start attacking kids, it's over. You're done. You're done. So these companies that are fucking siding with these trans activists, you're done. You're just seeing that left and right. Parents are fed up. The normal person is fed up with it. They're tired of the mental illness. These people need mental help. They're sick in the head. But anyway, moving on. That was just my thoughts on the whole Target issue. Because I keep seeing it constantly. They keep bringing up the Bud Light nonsense too. It's just retarded. Anyways, moving on. What I want to talk to you about this mainly this week is I just watched here this past week the Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And I haven't seen a whole lot of talk about this, to be honest. A little snippet here and there from other YouTubers, because it doesn't have a whole bunch of leftist ideology or woke nonsense in it. It's like they're not really talking about it. The only complaints I really had, it just didn't feel like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. It really didn't. Like, the bad guy is this black dude with some weird ass powers or some shit. And he wants to create like a copycat Earth, just with genetic mutated animals from Earth. That was kind of strange. It's like a copy of, you know, the way Earth should look like or some crap. But then he creates another, or genetically manipulates another race that he's working on instead, and he's going to go create a world with them. It's just, it's weird, it's bizarre.
You know who I am.
Anyway, you kind of get it like this backstory. You know, Rocket Raccoon or whatever. It's like his backstory. You keep getting flashbacks. You know, when he was a little pup from Earth with other pups, and they experiment on him. This black dude, I can't remember what it was, a High Inquisitor or some shit. I can't remember what the fuck he was called. He wasn't a very memorable villain. He just wasn't. He was kind of boring. Anyways, they do some genetics experiments with Rocket Raccoon. They do the same thing to a few others that he's engaged with. Like, they give them you know, bionic arms and shit like that. One was a rabbit, one was a walrus. I can't remember if the other one was an otter or what she was. And then, of course, you had Rocket Raccoon. And they did something to his brain. Anyway, he was able to figure out how to help the black dude, who was the bad guy, turn animals to where they weren't aggressive. You know, they were more docile after years of evolution, that they pumped them full in this tube or whatever and made them more humanoid by genetically enhancing them for his new Earth, copycat Earth. Anyways, Star-Lord's bawling over the death of Gamora, but she's not really dead. You know, She is, but she isn't. The version he was in love with is dead. But they got this new version of Gamora, and she's joined the so-called Ravengers, which is led by, Sylvester Stallone. And she don't care for him really all that much. Raccoon Ragged, or Rocket Raccoon, he's got some kind of kill switch inside of him, like on his heart, and it's about to go off, and they're trying to race across the galaxy to a couple places to figure out how to stop it, and they come across the black dude who, genetically enhanced him and kind of created him. So they went there to figure out, or they have to face him to figure out how to stop it. And you get a couple bit parts with Warlock, hardly anything. It's kind of weird. He kind of tries to kill him at first because of the Rocket Raccoon, and then, towards the end, he kind of helps him out. It's weird. But you only get a couple shots with him. That's it. And he's supposed to be the big baddie of the new group. Anyways, Star-Lord decides to take off. He decides to go back to Earth and see if he has any ancestry, and he finds that he has a grandfather that's still alive. So he goes to stay with him for a little while. His sister, the bug girl, I can't think of her name, she takes off to find herself. I'm so sick of that. It's like they do this all the time in these movies. They got to go find themselves. It's dumb. Anyway, she does the same thing pretty much. She does take off and leave the group for a while. They leave. Nebula and Drax kind of in charge of the big village that they gotta have. And then, you get a new group of Guardians after they save Rocket Raccoon and kill the bad guy. And towards the end, you see at the after post-credit scene, the new Guardians, which is Rocket Raccoon. He's the leader now. And then you got Warlock. One of the children they save from the evil black dude villain. And then, the new Quill guy, who can use the Quill or whatever. They're all part of the new group. I think there was one more, but I don't remember who it was. Oh, and of course, Groot's with the group as well. And that's pretty much the end of the movie. I didn't see a lot of leftist ideology in this movie at all, so I don't know. I didn't really see anything major. No real feminism crap or shit like that. Nebula, she's always got a chip on her shoulder, an attitude. She's always had an attitude problem. Even in the comics, she's kind of a bitch, but that's just her character. That's her persona. She's pretty much like this android now. It's kind of strange, but that's just her. And to be honest, I thought her and Star-Lord, I'm not sure, but I think there's something going on there. She kind of like takes care of him. I don't know if she genuinely feels for him, or she's just taking pity on him or something. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, I thought it was a decent movie. I don't think it was the best of the three, but it was okay for what it was. It wasn't a bad movie, so I give it 2 thumbs up. You know, it's worth a watch. Check it out. All right, let's move on to your B movie reviews. Okay, movieaholics. This week is Fantasy Week. Now, in some genres, yeah, they're mixed. You know, you have several genres in a particular movie or whatever. The 2 movies I'm about to go over with you are, I don't consider them, yeah, they're part horror, but you also have what's called dark fantasy. And they lean a little more, even though they are horror, they lean a little more towards dark fantasy. Like, they're more fantasy than they are horror, even though they do have horror elements. Now, I have already done a review on the first of this series. There's 3 of them. And the first one I've already done. You can look it up in my past videos. But we're going to go with the Warlock series. And this is the second one. It was done in 1993. And it only made about $4 million. But it had Julian Sands and Paula Marshall as the stars of the movie. Now, Julian Sands, he's the Warlock. I think he fits this character perfectly. He's awesome in these 2 movies, or the first one and in this one. He does an exceptional job as the Warlock. He's a decent actor. He's a British actor. This one kind of falls off the rails of the original story. I love the first one's the best, of course. This one was okay, but they kind of fall off the rails of the storyline. They kind of change it to where, I don't know, he's supposed to prepare the way for Satan's son, the Warlock is, and he has like a week to do it during this solar eclipse. But in order to do it, he's got to collect these 5 rune stones or crystals to open a portal to hell to release Satan or whatever, Satan's son. So he's going around the country. He's crossed from like New York to Cali or Utah or whatever it is, Washington, wherever they are. I'm not sure where they're at. But he's crossing from New York to there. So cross country, he's collecting these fucking stones till he gets there to collect the final stones and open the portal. Now, in this one, they've added this druid component where he's got to fight off against some druids who are protectors of the stones, supposedly. But they don't have all the stones. They only have like a couple of the stones. The Warlock's got to collect them all to open the portal. So he's doing that until he gets to them, where he knows he's going to have to fight them to open the portal. They're like the last of the druids, supposedly. And their son and their daughter are what's considered druid warriors. They're only born near, and there has to be two, supposedly, to fight the Warlock. They're only born near the time of, an eclipse where the son of Satan can be released from hell or whatever and brought into our world. So they, have a big battle at the end. And they barely defeat the Warlock. But they do manage to do it. But the Warlock, at the very end, he takes one of the stones with him to wherever he went. Like, he goes underneath the earth, and like this hand grabs up and grabs what's called the birth stone, and he needs it to be born again. So from a woman, some random woman, I guess, but he takes it, and that's the end of the movie. Like I said, this one wasn't bad. I love Julian Sands as the Warlock. I mean, he literally don't put up with no crap. Like, he definitely comes off like he's an evil motherfucker. His victims it's just hilarious how he takes out some of his victims. Like, he don't fuck around. It's a great movie. Like I said, it's not as good as the first one. The first one was excellent. This one was okay. I give it a thumbs up, thumbs down. I liked the movie. It was cheesy, it was campy, the special effects were cheesy, but otherwise, it was a decent movie. It was worth watching, at least once. Like I said, it's more fantasy than it is, horror. Okay, moving on to the third one, the next one. The third one was done in 1999, and this one, they switched the Warlock. Now Bruce Payne is the Warlock, and you also have Ashley Lawrence. I guess she did some shit for Hellraiser, but I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention. There was no box office numbers for this one. Now, I don't blame Julian Sands for not doing this one. I really don't, because they fucked up the story bad in this one. And the only good thing, really, in my opinion, the only really good thing about this one was Bruce Payne. I think he's a great actor. He played the part fairly well, as a sinister dude, but he didn't come off like the Warlock. I mean, he can play an evil character pretty damn good. So I like Bruce Payne, and it's no fault of his, honestly. It's whoever wrote this shit. This story, it has like a, Night of the Demons vibe to it. It was kind of cheesy. I mean, it's a really cheesy horror flick vibe, even though it's more fantasy than it is horror. This girl, she inherits a house that she supposedly didn't even know was in her family. She just, gets a call and says, hey, we're going to auction off this house and stuff in it, blah, blah, blah. We know that you're the last family descendant, blah, blah, blah. If you want to come take a look and grab some of your family heirlooms, you can, blah, blah, blah. So she goes out to check it out. Now, she's in college, and she's got a few college friends who at first don't want to help her out. But when she gets there, she gets to the house to check it out, because she says she was adopted and she didn't know anything about her original family. So she goes there to check it out. Eventually her friends show up. You know, you have the retarded guy who's madly in love with the girl, but he's too chicken shit to say anything to her, and she's put him in the friend zone because it's obvious that he's in love with her and she knows it, but she keeps him in the friend zone because he's not really her type. She likes the bad boy, kinda preppy bad boy, and that's her boyfriend in this one. And then you have, the couple who's the sick fuckheads who are in all the drugs and weird shit, BDSM. You have that couple. And then you have the blonde chick. There's a blonde chick that's like her best friend, but she's also like, she thinks she's a witch, but she's basically like just learning the craft, just starting out, so she's not a real witch. She's like an apprentice of magic because she's studying it. So the Warlock, the one element they put in this is you have to give him something in order for him to take your soul. Something that's personal, it belongs to you. And the other aspect is he has to get their permission to attack the girl and sacrifice her. Which, you see a few flashback scenes of, the 1600s. Where, which didn't make any sense. You see this mother and daughter, they got witch's blood in them, supposedly. And he takes off with the girl, but he's not able to sacrifice her. The mother saves her. And he gets trapped underneath the house in these catacombs. Now this college chick is now in our time supposedly the same girl. It made no sense. It really didn't. Like, how she been alive all this time from the 1600s. It made no sense. But anyways, he's got to sacrifice her in order to bring, again, the son of Satan into our world. Eventually does weird shit to all the friends until he gets them all to turn on her and give her up for sacrifice. And then, her and him's got to battle it out on, I wouldn't even call it a battle. She just literally just pokes this doll and then takes a knife out of it and stabs him and then supposedly kills him off. And that's the end of the movie. It was pretty dumb and pretty cheesy. Like, none of it made any sense. To me, it was kind of boring. The house is empty. There's really nothing in it at all. It didn't look like an old mansion or anything like that. It just like this old abandoned place. It was weird. But like I said, Bruce Payne was everybody else was shitty. I didn't care for any of the acting. He was the only good actor in the whole freaking show. But you could skip this one. I don't even consider it part of the Warlock series. It sucked. I give it 2 thumbs down. It was a terrible movie. So that's all I have for you this week. If you have any thoughts about what I talked about earlier in this video, please leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you can think of any underrated or B movies that you think I may never have seen before, please leave your suggestions down in the comment section down below, and I will get to reviewing them as soon as I can. So until next time, I told you be told the truth, and you just been told.